Hi, this is Rachel,
And it's Chris.
and we're here to talk to you about Unit 2.
I chose to talk about the Nordic Schools Horizon Reports.
Yeah, and for me, I read the Chinese 2000, I think it's 2017 higher education.
For this first ISTE topic, we have design and develop the digital age learning experiences and assessments. For me in particular, I thought that the most important subtopic underneath this is talking about authentic learning experiences to make it authentic. And so for kids in this day and age, authentic is that's the main goal, because if you don't connect it to real world, you're going to lose the kids. They're just going to sit there and stare at you or play with the fidget spinner or whatever it is they're doing in class. And if it's not authentic, you lost them. So for the Nordic schools, they talked about gamification. So they're using video games to make it authentic to the kids, something that they love, something that they want to do, something that they can connect with. So teachers over there and educators are using games to model discovery-based learning, and it gives it a goal-oriented nature. Kids know that in a video game, there's always a goal. You're trying to reach a goal. What are you trying to get to? There's levels. You can make yourself better. And it says that they're turning lecture-style assignments into video games. So instead of having a lecture, they're putting a lesson on a video game platform and allowing the kids to just go explore an authentic nature, which I think is wonderful.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and they're getting better at this programming. I've done one as an example, but not in an educational setting, but as a selection tool. I've used one, and it was really cool. It's such a cool idea, and I think that it will grow definitely in the next 10 years, 5 or 10 years, definitely get better. But I also thought that the robotics section in my reading was really applicable to this standard. Um, it's authentic. It gives kids an opportunity to kind of use their hands and get to learn by, using this technology, but also by getting this real world experience that they would like. It's more authentic, I think.
Yeah, especially robotics. I mean, that's where engineering and creativity and just CAD, all of those things for robotics are such a huge piece. And I think that it's whenever I read about what the Chinese are doing versus what the European nations are doing versus what we're doing over here in the States, we're all kind of on the same page. They're just doing it at a different style or a different pace, but the global nature of it makes it amazing. It makes it authentic, for the kids and for the learners. So we have the empowered learner. The empowered learner, I'd say for the most part, is talking about giving the students the power to choose, an active role in choosing what type of learning that they want to use or what type of platform that they want to do, or give them the creativity sense. So in the Nordic schools, it talks about maker spaces, and it says that the maker spaces are equipped with all kinds of materials. Now, for elementary, for me, I've seen where it's like construction and markers and like small little things to do gizmos and little gadgets, and they create small stuff. But in the Nordic schools and in the upper levels, the Horizon Report talks about using the maker spaces for the 3D printing again, which I thought was pretty amazing. They'll have a station set up where the kids can come and just have the power and the freedom to choose how they want to use the 3D printing for their classroom.
Right. I was going to say the maker spaces as well. They just allow the students to kind of take control, their own control, and do kind of whatever they want in their own setting. So, yeah, the possibilities are limitless, really, with this 3D printing. They could even do robotics there. Any kind of hands-on or even on, computer, any kind of technology can be used in these spaces. So I thought that was, definitely considered empowered learner, because you're going out there and you're doing it on your own, but you can do whatever you want in your own setting. So
Yeah, that's the best part, that creativity. Next ISTE standard, we have teaching, learning, and assessments. For me, at the Nordic schools, it talked about mobile learning. So using mobile devices in the classroom, which is an amazing idea. In elementary, we can't do it too much, but whenever they're talking about high school, and I know the high schools, here in Texas, at least in the Houston area, they're allowed to use cell phones and things for portions of the class. They're allowed to bring it out at certain times of the day, and the teachers have tablets that they allow the kids to use. And it's, the mobile environment, the beauty of it is the apps. There's so many applications for education now, and it's growing dramatically. Like I'm constantly seeing apps on the App Store for education, and I use them as a teacher. I get parents to download them, apps that we use to communicate between parents and teachers, and the kids being able to use it in the classroom. It just gives them so much more freedom to choose where they want to go with the technology.
Yeah, same with me. I think that tech allowing the students to really use their technology and not, ban it from them is a really cool concept. And I think it's growing more because when I substituted, I was surprised at how many kids would just pull out their iPads. Oh, I'm just doing homework. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah, and then this ISTE standard kind of made me think of you were saying the other day that you helped the teachers learn the technology. So sometimes they would need, tech help, and you would help them set it up. So it's just a good way to, teach and get them to learn the technology and get them to be self-efficient as well. So,
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example. The one other thing that I really liked about the Nordic was there was one school that was doing a one-to-one with Chromebooks, sixth grade campus. And the beauty about that, the assessment portion is it's 24/7. The kids are allowed to take it home and do classwork and work with parents, and the parents can join in on the Chromebook. And then as they turn in assignments, even at home, the teacher or the educator sitting at their house, they're going to get a notification and they can grade it from home. So assessments are 24/7. You don't have to wait. You can give immediate feedback, and that's awesome. As a learner, feedback is what you need.
yeah, then you can improve upon that.
My school district, the initiative for one-to-one netbooks, they have netbooks, like pretty good ones now at the upper grades.
Yeah,
There's programs where they're learning at their own pace. So some of these kids are going through an entire seventh grade math or algebra or whatever it is that they're doing. They can get it finished in 1 or 2 months instead of an entire school year.
yeah,
So they do have the programs in place now, just not whenever I was in school.
right. Yeah, it's changed so much.
It'd
Yeah,
be amazing.
yeah,
The next standard talks about excellence in professional practice for administrators. Once again, I talked about mobile learning, and you just alluded to it a second ago, and that's exactly what I was talking about, using contemporary technology in the classroom. So whenever, helping teachers understand how to use technology in the mobile learning. But with the kids, it talked about in the Horizon Nordic report that smartphones are almost universal across the country. It's like everybody has one. There's very few people that don't have it. So having that power, everybody has the power of mobile learning at all times. It's allowing them to collaborate and socialize together in real time. That's the beauty of mobile learning.
it's always something going on, and it's 24/7. Um, I read about the sorry if I say this wrong, volumetric and holographic displays. I thought that was an excellent way. In my mind, I was thinking like for biology, like how to see if you're not necessarily dissecting something, how to see the inside of it. And with this, holographic or 3D visual, it gives you kind of a better look. So I thought that was cool. And a lot of administrators are starting to, get this technology in their schools. And I thought that was really cool. It's a great way to just better visualize what you're learning. Basically.
Absolutely. Whenever you're talking about that, it made me think of the Iron Man movies. Whenever
Yeah,
he has the holographic display,
it's like that though. Yeah, it's very advanced. It's
that
very
would be awesome.
yeah.
I would love that as a kid. Having that visual, reading about it is one thing, but having the visual to manipulate a 3D image, that would be mind blowing.
Yeah, yeah, and get to zoom in and look at the different things. That would help. I just keep thinking about the medical field and that possibility, being able to walk through like a surgery, for example, and, you know, without actually having to do it on someone first. So I just think that's, you know, the possibilities are so great with that too.
There's one thing that I remember reading about last year, and it goes along with everything we're saying here about 3D printing.
Yeah.
Um, they have the ability to 3D print tissue and organs now,
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
DNA from a person, and be able to 3D print their DNA and turn it into body, pieces of the body for them.
That's
Using the 3D printer and that holographic display that you're talking about together, opening up the person's body visually and then being able to print what they need to fix the problem, or the computer analyzes the 3D image and then decides what needs to be printed. I'm sure that's where the tech is going. Take the humans out of it completely.
I think so. It's amazing. So
All right. Well, I think that just about sums it up. Thanks for watching.
thank you.